This Donald Trump interview with Elon Musk that took place on Monday night was a total disaster. First and foremost, the app that was attempting to be used to host this interview was broken. They finally fixed it after Elon Musk lied and claimed that there was some sort of hacker attack going on. Then as Donald Trump started speaking, he was slurring his words. Dentures started trending. Daffy Duck started trending. Donald Trump appeared to be in steep cognitive decline. Let me just show you the lowlights of what went down. I listened to this whole ridiculous thing, so you didn't have to. Donald Trump talked about how we saw the Time magazine cover that just came out with Vice President Kamala Harris, and he remarked that it looked a lot like his third wife, Melania, and said that that doesn't really look like Kamala, but it looks like Melania. Here, listen to what Donald Trump said. Play this clip.
She's terrible, but she's getting a free ride. I saw a picture of her on Time magazine today. She looks like the most beautiful actress ever to live. It was a drawing, and actually, she looked very much like our great first lady, Melania. She didn't look like Camilla. That's right. But of course, she's a beautiful woman, so we'll leave it at that, right?
Now take a listen to Donald Trump slurring his words right here. This is some of the worst slurring I've heard from Donald. Try to even make out what he's saying right here. Play this clip.
But that's okay. That's the way I get treated, and I don't mind that at all. What I can tell you is this. We cannot have a Democrat. We cannot have her. She's incompetent. She's as bad as Biden in a different... Look, she hasn't done an interview since this whole scam started. And say what you want. This was a coup. This was a coup of...
Same thing here. Donald Trump is asking Elon Musk if he should get paid for being on this Spaces. And you'll hear Donald Trump just kind of slur his words, pauses in between what he's saying. He does not seem well at all. Here, play this clip.
Well, wow. I think in terms of people...
That's bigger than you said. You said 25, and you're much more than double that number, 25 million. I think you're going to be 60 or 70. And I guess over a period of time, hey, I congratulate you. Do I get paid for this or not?
Well, I think actually in terms of the number of people that will hear this conversation over the next few days to weeks, it's going to be hundreds.
That's what they say. Yeah, that's good. Well, look, it's an honor. I just asked this, are you better off?
Donald Trump then says if he loses the election, he and Elon Musk should flee together to Venezuela. Play the clip.
And again, I told you their crime rates all over the world are going way down, which makes sense. In fact, the next time what we'll do is if something happens with this election, which would be a horror show, we'll meet the next time in Venezuela because it'll be a far safer place to meet than our country. Okay, so you and I will go and we'll have a meeting and dinner in Venezuela because that's what's happening.
As Tim O'Brien writes, Trump is slurring his words and is unable to clearly enunciate S words in unusually messy ways during this Musk interview. He had trouble hearing at the NABJ, the National Association of Black Journalists Convention, and at his Mar-a-Lago presser. He has declined in age noticeably over the last year. Susan Simpson writes, Trump is slurring in a way I've never heard from him before. Elon sounds like this is maybe the third or fourth time he's had a conversation with a fellow human. Here, Donald Trump talks about one of his plans, which is one of the top priorities of Project 2025, to shut down the Department of Education. Let's play this clip.
And what I'm going to do, one of the first acts, and this is where I need an Elon Musk. I need somebody that has a lot of strength and courage and smarts. I want to close up Department of Education.
Here, Donald Trump engages in his typical fear-mongering and says if Vice President Kamala Harris is elected, there will no longer be a country. Play this clip.
Lunatic. And if she's going to be our president, very quickly, you're not going to have a country anymore. And she'll go back to all of the things that she believes in. She believes in defunding the police. She believes in no fracking, zero. Now all of a sudden she's saying, no, I really want to see fracking.
So you may assume that you're getting everything your body needs from your diet or simple green juice. But you know what I recently discovered? That most people, including myself, are still short on essential nutrients our bodies need to function at our best. So I've been taking momentous creatine, omega-3, and protein daily to ensure that all my bases are covered. You see the pep in my step lately? Those 3 supplements support nearly every aspect of my foundational health, from aiding my cognitive function to reducing inflammation in my muscles and joints, just to name a few. My momentous daily protocol has become a staple in my health routine, makes the perfect addition to other wellness products that are part of my toolkit. Supplements can feel like a dirty word, and navigating this space can be daunting due to the lack of trust and transparency. But what I've come to learn is that I can trust Momentous, which makes the decision easier. My trust is in Momentous because of their dedication to working with the best, from their collaboration with experts to their unparalleled commitment to only using the highest quality ingredients. They also heavily invest in third-party testing, holding their products to the standards set by the most demanding organizations in the world, including the NFL and the NBA, ensuring that what's on the label is what's in the product and absolutely nothing else. They call it the Momentous standard, which is really the industry's leading standard in quality. There's a reason why the world's best athletes and experts use and help develop Momentous products, and there's a reason I love it. So if you're like me and you want to take supplements that are made by and used by the best in the world, go to livemomentous.com and use the code MeidasTouch to get up to 20% off your first order. That's live, LIVEMOMENTOUS.com. Use the code MeidasTouch. That's livemomentous.com. Use the code MeidasTouch. Here Donald Trump talks about something about how walls age better than rockets. I don't know. Here, play this clip.
The tunnels, but everything is obsolete. Even your rocket ships, they're like a month later, they're obsolete. You find a better way to. The only thing that's not obsolete is a wall and a wheel. And the wall, I built hundreds of miles of wall.
Donald Trump then says that he is okay with climate change. He approves of climate change if it helps his beachfront property. He says it may be beneficial, climate change. Again, Donald Trump pushing these very dangerous views. Here, play this clip.
The biggest threat is not global warming, where the ocean's going to rise 1/8 of an inch over the next 400 years. And you'll have more oceanfront property, right? The biggest threat is not that. The biggest threat is nuclear warming.
Next, Donald Trump praises Elon Musk for firing striking workers, and Donald Trump says that that's a great boss move, getting rid of hard workers the way Elon Musk gets rid of them. Here, play this clip.
This cutter. I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in and you just say, you want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay. You're all gone. You're all gone. So every one of you is gone, and you are the greatest. You would be very good. Oh, you would love it. But, if you look at Argentina.
Here, as Donald Trump continues to slur his words, he talks about how we need a man or a person with who's sharp, with skills to run the country. Just try to even make out what he's saying right here as he continued to slur his words and show steep cognitive decline. Play this clip.
Possible. So it's like talking to an NPC.
No.
So it's just impossible.
Well, but think of it. We need a man or person who's unbelievably sharp in order to stop all the nuclear danger and all the dangers that I'm talking about. And I got along with all these. I got along with Kim Jong-un. We had dinner. We had everything. And he really liked me, and I got along with him really well. By the way, he's the absolute boss over there. A lot of people said, oh, do you think he really?
That's for sure.
Let me tell you. I saw things that you don't want to know about. He is the boss. But we had a good relationship, and he doesn't like Biden. He considers him a stupid man, he said. He's a stupid man. Well, at least he speaks his mind. But, in this country, you're not sort of allowed to say it, but I guess you are. You should be allowed to say it if it's true. But we need smart people, and we need people that have an ability to lead. And she doesn't have that ability. Can you?
Then Donald Trump says that the biggest danger facing the United States of America is not Russia, not China, not our foreign enemies. He goes, the biggest danger to the United States of America is the danger from within. American citizens, he says, is the biggest threat to America. Here's Donald Trump saying more traitorous and treasonous things. Play the clip.
Look, there's nobody that feels worse about the Ukraine situation than I do, because I know it would have never happened. I know Zelensky. he was very honorable to me, because when they went with the Russia hoax and they said I had a phone call with him, he said it was a perfect phone call. It was a great phone call. He could have grandstanded and, said, oh, he was very threatening. He said, no, it was a very nice phone call. I called him up to congratulate him on his win, and you end up getting impeached because these people are lunatics. Yeah. I was talking about the difference from the people within and the enemies on the outside. In many cases, the people from within are more dangerous for our country than the Russias and the Chinas. If you have a smart president, you're not going to have a problem with them. You're going to do things.
Yeah.
Now, they've taken advantage of us incredibly, but you're going to do things with the right person.
By the way, here was Elon Musk at the outset of this event saying that there was a DDoS attack, which there was not, but just listen to Elon lie. His just app doesn't work. Play this clip.
But all of our data lines, like basically hundreds of gigabits of data, were saturated. We think we've overcome most of that, and so it's now time to proceed. But as this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
Here's what Elon Musk wrote. There appears to be a massive DDoS attack on X, working on shutting it down. Worst case, we'll proceed with smaller number of live listeners and post the conversation later. One reporter reached out to Trump's camp and said, I asked the Trump campaign why the coup-attempting criminal former president is slurring his words and lisping. The campaign responded, must be your shitty hearing. Get your ears checked out. That's the official response by the Trump campaign to Trump's steep cognitive decline and slurring of his words. Quote, must be your shitty hearing. Get your ears checked out. As Judd Legum writes, for The Verge, the rest of X appears to be working normally. However, and a source at the company confirmed to The Verge that there wasn't actually a DDoS denial of service attack. Another X staffer said there was a 99% chance Elon was lying about the attack. So what was going on during the speech, just a total meltdown from Donald Trump. We'll continue to report on what's going on, but I wanted to give you the lowlights of what was taking place so you didn't have to listen to all of that. Hey, folks, we're on our way to 3 million subscribers. Hit subscribe. Let's get there together. Also, check out store.MeidasTouch.com. Some of that pro-democracy gear is just crushing it there. Store.MeidasTouch.com. Thanks for watching, and hit subscribe. It's free.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.